on it. Guess who I know who he will fuck with. You get what I'm saying? He'll fuck with
Yeah.
he for his homeboy, right? So at that point, I didn't get mad, but I respected his move. I said, okay. So when you do shit like that, I don't see you as a dummy because you had to think that through.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is loose cannon a loose cannon? Absolutely. But is loose cannon, he's not a yes man. He's not a nigga. He get his own money. He got his own shit. I keep telling y'all, he 42 with more kids than me. What a
Whack,
wife.
I want to ask you. I want to ask you this in regards to loose, because I
Yeah.
thought this. I've never asked you or I never said it, but I felt loose cannon is exactly what you said. A loose cannon. I felt you kind of had him around in case you needed a nigga to crash out, because he looked like he was down to crash out. Nigga. I ain't gonna lie.
No.
Like
Uh-uh.
every time he
No,
was meeting niggas at
academics.
Airbnbs in Las Vegas,
Academics.
he was ready to
Ac-
crash, and he would have. I ain't gonna lie. I think he would
academics.
have killed a nigga for you. That's why I think even that shit
Academics.
outside no jumper. I think he would have smoked them niggas for you, bro. He love you. I ain't gonna lie.
Academics. Academics.
Do you feel you owe him any
I
loyalty?
don't I don't academics.
Mhm.
I don't do crash outs with my team, bro. My team is well disciplined. We just don't do shit to do shit.
He
You
offered to
have
take
to
some
be
face for you too, though.
you have he can offer to do all he want, and guess what happened?
Well,
Whack don't stand behind that. When a motherfucker went to crash out, what did Whack say?
you said don't do that, Luce.
Don't do that, bro. Don't do that. That's what you doing. That wasn't for me. That's for whatever you doing. But my team is. You seen them, right? Did you
Yes.
see any of my team in the video?
Nah,
Did
and I
you
don't
see
think
any
this
of
was
my
a
team?
crash
Why
out.
not? Because my team ain't crash outs, bro.
Mm.
My team is of age. They mature,
What,
right? We're
what,
here to get home safely, bro. We
hey,
not here to start no problems with no nigga.
did
Like
you
so.
think he was a crash out personally? Maybe he's not part of your team, but he got into about several altercations,
No, I just
and
thought he was a. I thought he was a loot, bro. See what y'all don't know? It's a bunch of shit on the internet y'all just ain't found.
he swung on Molly Mall, right? He got into a fight with a couple other dudes, like the cowboy shit just happened. He looked like it looked like violence and loose cannon was definitely always in the same realm of vicinity. So
Okay, but you got to remember that's loose cannon, and that's what he do. That's who he is, right?
yeah, I'm not blaming you for that. I'm not blaming you for that.
So I can't tell him what not to do, right? If he's around me, right, and I see something,
Yeah.
I can try to, hey, be the voice of reason. But at the end of the day, bro, um, you not finna me personally. If it's somebody that been around me for a long time, then I may intervene a little more.
Mm.
But I'm gonna keep it real with you, bro. If a nigga waving certain shit and I got a 5 month history with you, nigga, I'm not running up on you, bro, when your temperament is high. I'm not doing it, homie.
Yeah. Hey,
Sorry.
let me ask this question, because now that we see with them requesting from Adam, right? They requested that cease and desist with Big U, and that was
Mm-hmm.
centered around Nipsey, or a conversation around Nipsey. Since they're talking
Yeah.
about extortion, and let's give me, I'm just trying to have you clear it up,
Mm-hmm.
because some people might be like, well, how come Wack ain't get picked up when Wack was
That's,
threatening to put it out, or not threatening to put it out, but
wait,
he
wait,
had,
wait, slow down. See, there y'all go again.
yeah.
I've always said
You say you would get
I
Adam's way
am
up.
the
I want to be very
reason
clear.
why what?
It don't come out.
They have not come out. The owner of the tapes has verbal consent on the video. That is his shit. I've
Yeah,
seen
but
him.
even if he does have that, if it's a sexual tape, he can't put it out. Like, you just can't put
He
out a tape
yes he
of
can because
of
he
sex.
him no he himself is in the tape.
Yeah, but there's a woman that's not consenting to the release of a sexual tape. You can't film a
Well,
tape and be like, I'm putting it out because I'm cool
listen,
with it.
listen,
That's revenge
listen.
porn.
What I'm telling you is, listen. Whenever the dude gets a little irritated and pissed off, I'm the voice of reason.
You've also said you've sent him a thing or two to make sure he's chilling. That might look like not from you, from him.
How was that?
That nigga's
No, that's
extortion.
not. That ain't that because he just fell on hard time. The nigga on his feet now. He driving around in Maseratis and Bentleys getting his money. Right? He just fell on hard times. I didn't just meet this dude when this shit happened. I've been knowing the dude. Right?
So, so,
So
so you would vouch that basically he's not trying to use his tape as extortion against Nipsey's family.
no, I mean he never contacted them and said nothing to him. Right? You got to remember, bro. This didn't come out because Wack wanted it out. Hassan Campbell released this, bro.
That is true.
Nigga, Wack never said, hey, Black Sam or Nipsey Estate, do this or else. The first time y'all heard of this is Hassan released the recording. So what are you talking about? This shit had been in this dude possession at least 2 years,
Mm.
2, 3 years. Nobody never knew about it, did they? Your first time hearing about it is Hassan Campbell releasing the recordings. So if the first time you hearing about it is Hassan Campbell releasing the recordings, where are you getting Whack used the tapes to us? When? Where?
No, 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 no. No one's accusing you. I think that would fall on the guy who has the tape. If he's
Yeah.
using the tape as any
And
type
guess
of
what I never
leverage
let him
to
do?
get money, if he's using
Guess
it to
what
get
I
money at
never
all, he's
let him
extorting.
do? No, it's not. Look, I wouldn't give a fuck. He'd just call me a little disgruntled. Shit ain't work real whack, man. My hand is bad. You know, shit, only thing I got to make some money right now is this shit, right?
Which
He,
is an illegal tape that he can't publish.
oh, he's in the tape. He's
Yeah,
in the tape.
but there's a woman in the tape that's not
It's
consenting.
all
You got to
right. He
remember
could
that.
have blurred her out and just showed the woman ain't the draw, my nigga. Keeping it real. The woman ain't the draw to the tape.
Yeah, but he doesn't have consent from Nipsey to publish the tape.
He does have consent.
To publish the tape. So
He
Nipsey's in
got
the tape saying
consent from that
you could
dude.
put this tape anywhere.
He
Put up or
got
no.
consent from that dude telling him to record. Send me the recording from your phone. Nigga, I'm listening to
Yeah,
it.
but you
And I'm not finna get off into the legal side, but nigga,
also
what
got
I'm
to
telling
consent
you
to the
is this.
publishing.
What I'm
There's
telling
a lot
you
of
is
laws that
this.
gotta govern
But that's cool
anything
though.
to do with
But that's cool. But act, he gotta deal with that. It ain't
deals
my
of
tape.
sexual nature. You can't just be like, all right, cool.
He
Since I,
but
I
look,
have permission to record,
act,
I have permission to
act.
publish.
He gotta deal with that. It ain't my tape.
I agree. I agree.
So what y'all like to do is overly involve me in shit. Hey, look, bro, do I know about the tapes? Yeah. Have I seen the tapes? Yeah. Have I looked out for the dude to calm him down till he find other means of making money? Yes.
Well,
Right?
you put yourself in the middle of it too because you say I'll get out the way, meaning like you're very
I
important to
can,
me.
nigga. That's my right. I don't, bro. Ain't no fucking law say I gotta stay in the middle of a fight, nigga. That's
No, no,
my right.
no. I
Fuck
agree.
is you,
No,
you
we're
niggas is
saying that
weird.
we're
Listen to
involving
me,
you.
bro.
We're
Hey,
involving you, but
listen
every
to
time we
me.
hear about the
If the
tape,
fuck
it's
I
you
want to get,
saying
hey, listen, hey,
we've
act.
never heard
If
nobody
you and
accuse
your
Nipsey of doing that.
girl, if you and your girl is fighting,
Mhm.
right, and she got your neck and you got her hair, and I'm in the middle. If I want to get out the middle of y'all and let y'all beat each other to death, that's my fucking right.
Yeah, but whack with this tape, no one has ever talked about this tape publicly but you. Like
You're a
we don't even
lie.
know the guy. We don't even
You're a
know the guy, bro.
lie. You're a
Who?
lie. Where'd it come from?
Who?
Who exposed it?
No, it's Hassan Kent. But what I'm saying is
Okay, well,
Hassan.
don't tell me
No,
nobody.
I'm talking about of the important people. Like you could have been lying. You could have been lying. Actually, you could double down and
Nah,
say I
bro,
tell
but
lies.
see, this what I'm not gonna do. See, you niggas is damned
The
if I
woman
do,
never
damned
spoke
if I
on the
don't.
tape.
If I
Nipsey
come,
said,
listen,
and the other
if
guy.
Hassan Campbell releases the recording, right, of me saying what I'm saying to him, and I come out and say I was lying, know what they gonna say? Oh, you a bitch ass nigga, you scary. No, nigga, that's what it is. I said that. That's what that is. So what?
Yeah, you can say you said it, but you're the one. You vouched that this exists.
It's no law. Hey, bro. There is no law against what's on that tape, bro.
Okay.
These are three willing participants. Are you insinuating something's going on the tape that was against somebody's will? Is that what you saying?
I'm insinuating that if there's a homemade video of consenting adults having sex, you cannot threaten to publish it, especially when one person died
Well,
and you're
who's
trying to bring
threatening
in.
to publish it?
That was always the insinuation. Like, yo,
No, it hasn't. Wait, no. You tell me who has
when you
ever
say
threatened to
if I
publish.
get out the way, it's gonna come out. It feels like
If
that's
I, oh
a
yeah, that's a
not
fact.
you,
Because
not you.
at that point, is no fuse box. This dude ain't no street dude. This nigga ain't even from California. He a regular, degular, square nigga. So now if I say, hey, look, bro, don't call me about that shit. I don't give a fuck what you do, right? Outside of me saying, hey, look, bro, dude got kids and shit, like that shit probably ain't gonna be cool. You may want to keep that shit to yourself. You and the chick, right? He talks to the fucking chick in the tape. He talks to the baby mama right now to this day, right? So at the end of the day, if I get out the way and say, look, I don't give a fuck what you do, and this nigga wake up with $8 in his pocket, and a nigga over here talking about, I give you 50 grand right now. And he like, well, Wack told me don't call him about shit. He don't want to have nothing to do with nothing. Yeah, nigga, I'm a fuse box. I'm a fuse box.
Okay, but like these secret tapes, like for example, even the Kim and Ray J shit, right? Her attorney got involved, and her attorney said there was no tape, and
And guess
then
what?
okay,
And guess what?
uh huh,
I want to see if you're going to put the events in order. When the attorney said it was no tape, right?
uh huh.
I challenged him. He never came back and said nothing. You know what Ray J did after that? You don't remember when he was in the Bahamas what he did?
What do you do?
He went on live and showed the contracts. You don't remember?
Yeah,
See, the problem is you think you know everything and you just know what academics know. Ray J went on a rant for damn near 7 hours, bro.
yeah, no,
In
no,
the Bahamas.
I'm
He
not
showed
denying
the
that.
contract. Hold on. He showed the contracts.
No,
Did
no,
he
I'm
not?
not denying that. What I'm saying is, whack. Again, we don't have to be a legal expert here, but if I'm ever saying I have some video, that's the Kevin Hart story. Some person was saying, even
No,
me
it's
over Kev's
not.
story. Yeah,
Act. No, it's not.
I have a
This was
secret video of you.
contracted academics. I
Okay.
know you square niggas be mad that it's a street nigga on the level of higher of you in business, right? Act.
Wait, that it
These
was
are,
contracted for
listen,
Vivid, or was it
these
contracted for
were
Strap?
contracted, spelled out
No,
on
no, no.
contract,
For
payments
Vivid to have it
issued.
released, or for WACK 100 to have it on a laptop.
What?
I said you said it was contracted. For what we know about the Kim K like sex tape contracts, it said it was a Vivid contract where that was the
Yeah,
porn company. So when
yeah.
you come out and you're not associated with Vivid later, saying you have
Who's
this,
not associated?
are you associated with Vivid? I don't know.
I told you they're in the hard drives in the safe. That's what I said. Go pull up the bootleg cam show, nigga.
Yeah, no, I
See,
got it
you
right.
niggas be slow. Pull
You
up
don't think you're
bootleg
playing
cam
it close
show.
though?
I told I'm not playing nothing close, nigga. Hey, let me tell you something, bro. Every motherfucking album I turned in, you know what I got in my safe?
You got the contracts. I would imagine.
No, and I got the drives,
Okay.
right? So just because you turn in something to a company, right, don't mean you still don't got your drives, bro. Nobody ever said, and this where you niggas is very weird at, do this or else. Nobody never said that.
Okay. Well, hey, and by the way, that's a big thing too. However, the feds might just look at it as a pattern of behavior. Why this nigga always got the tapes?
Man, shut the fuck up. You sound stupid as fuck because we did a deal with Vivid, you stupid motherfucker. What are you talking about, bro? Why do we have them? We
Listen,
did a deal with Vivid. What are you talking about?
yeah, but
Why do we have them?
when you're bringing up a tape that's unpublished, it feels like there's a little bit of a,
No,
we
bro.
got
That
something
this
you
hey
don't want
bro.
out.
Hey
Remember
bro. Hey
the
bro,
deal.
check
If
this
it
out.
didn't get published, then there was no deal for this tape or whatever tape you're talking
It
about to get
definitely was. You want to bet? Let's
get
bet a
put out
hundred
get
thousand.
put out in the last
Let's
couple
bet.
years.
Let's bet.
I'll
Let's
take your
bet.
word at it. I'll take your word at it.
No, let's bet 100.
I'll take your word at it.
Let's bet.
Listen,
Let's
all
bet.
I know is that Kim
No,
K.
no, act. See, here go the thing is, you wasn't around. Academics didn't exist back. We talking 03, '04 shit. You don't want no
No, no,
academics.
I'm not
You
saying
didn't
there wasn't.
exist.
I'm not saying there wasn't contracts that involved some type of sex tape. What I'm saying is that when you have a woman who's then coming out to say, "Yo, over my dead body, I can't believe this is happening again. I got the right attorneys. I'm gonna make sure this doesn't come out. Why is this happening?" It
So what
feels
you're
like when
saying is we're lying and she's not. That what you're
no,
saying?
no, 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 no. It feels like she's feeling under pressure or duress that someone is going to put out something that she, and again, maybe retroactively, and we know women do this, no longer wants to get published, right? So maybe contractually she
That
can put it
has
out.
nothing to do with what's already contracted. You get what I'm
Well,
saying?
well,
See,
well,
if something's already contracted, act, that means you have knowledge of, right? You agreed to, you accepted and received payment, right? Am
okay,
I right? Right?
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay. So there's no secret. There's no, you don't know what the fuck going on. I'm simply telling you, bro, that when a motherfucker called me a liar, right? I'm gonna challenge you to that. When Bootleg Kev asked me, I said, "They in the safe, bro. What you gonna do with them?" What did I say?
You didn't say anything. I don't think you say anything, right?
See, that means see this. I see. I'm asking you this act because I'm starting to learn that you don't be knowing what's going on. The content is there. I can't
No,
erase it.
no, no.
I
Whack, whack,
said,
whack, whack,
I
whack.
said
I, I,
that
I
the
think
only
you're
thing we
taking me
could
bringing
do
up
with
these
them,
incidents as me making an accusation. What I'm saying is that if
academics,
a reasonable
you supposed to
person,
know this though, bro.
would say this. Why, when it
You're
comes
supposed
to
to know what I said.
no, no, I hear what you're saying. Well, no, I'm just saying.
What did
Again,
I say?
I've never accused you of extortion for any of these things. What I'm saying is that a
Okay,
reasonable
what did I
person, though,
say? I know what
a
I
reasonable
said.
person
The
would say,
only thing we
how come
can
when it
do
comes
with
to
it,
how when it comes
the
to
only
these
thing we can do with it is give it to Ye.
okay, but hear what I'm saying. The my question was a reasonable person is going to be like, how come Whack always got a tape? What's the point of
I don't
having
always
Whack
got
with a
nothing.
secret tape of somebody else?
Academics. I don't always have nothing. It's tapes come out every day. I just have access to what I had access to. Get your facts right. Tapes come out every motherfucking day. A tape came out of the niggas that shot Sauce Walker. I didn't have the tape. The law enforcement had the tape. Tapes come out every Diddy. A tape came out of Diddy beating the shit out of Cassie. I didn't have the tape. I
Well,
just got
you,
access to what I had access to, bro.
you did have the Oscar De La Hoya either pictures or tape though.
No, I didn't. I
Oh,
never
well,
said that.
you
I
made it.
said the attorneys.
They paid like 850,000, huh?
No, it was way more than that.
Really?
It was way more money than that. That's just, what the fuck. When you broker a deal, you broker a deal, bro.
Yeah, but you do understand again. I clearly I'm understanding. I'm agreeing with you. I don't believe it's
Now,
that.
I
But
understand that. I
when people
understand,
hear it,
Act,
they
that
might be
you're
like,
mad because you don't know what the fuck. You wasn't around for a lot of shit. Even
mm.
that shit, we talking, that's '07 shit, '06, '07, '08 type shit. You just wasn't the fuck around. So at the end of the day, if somebody comes to me, right? Somebody just came to me the other day. Swear to God. Just came to me the other day. He said, Whack, I got these contracts against this company. They tell me your law firm has already went at the company. I said, yeah, they're familiar with their legal. He said, we can't find a law firm. If I turn it over to your law firm, could I give you 10%? Well, they fight it for me. I said, yeah, no problem. I turned it over to the law firm. Law firm called me this morning. They said, Wack, this is like $150 million play. I said, that's cool. Contract him, he'll come down to the office and sign it. That's it. So guess what? When this shit comes out, if I want to talk about it, I can. You're gonna say, Whack, how did you get it? The nigga called my phone.
So you're because the allegation was that it was an alleged video of him wearing fishnet and getting a train ran on him by four large African American men.
American men?
No,
Nobody even
no,
mentioned African American people. Why y'all
no,
y'all be
I'm reading the
adding shit?
headline. I don't know if this is real.
Y'all added men. I've never known Oscar De La Hoya to deal with men, bro. Yeah, y'all that I never nobody ever said Oscar De La Hoya was gay, bro. With men. Nobody ever said that. You capping. But once again,
I'm reading the
oh
headline. I'm
listen,
reading the
let me
headline.
tell you why this ain't no secret. Oscar De La Hoya talked about it on Club Shay Shay.
He did admit. He did admit. He did admit. That's a fact.
So at the end of the day, what it is a lot of y'all people just wasn't around. The shit I'm saying, it ain't nothing new. It just new to y'all.
Yeah, but also like again, not because he talked about it. I mean, there was news articles back in 2018 saying Oscar De La Hoya and ex Shannon Mokler at the center of $2 million extortion plot after two Instagram models filmed the naked boxer engaged in depression. So again, there was some extortion involved in that situation.
Well, no,
Not
I
saying you
don't
did it.
know. I don't know. I don't know what the models did. They could have did some shit. I don't know the models
And
personally. I
by
don't
the
know
way,
what they.
back then it says DailyMail.com can reveal that the women are now being
You said
investigated by the
2018.
FBI. That they
You
were
said
investigated by.
2018.
Well, this when the article came out.
Yeah, because this whole business deal was done like '06, '07, '08, '09, something like that. This shit
So
was
it
eight.
looks like again, not saying you did it, but it looks like the
I don't
feds
know.
did try to investigate some type of extortion with Oscar De La Hoya.
Yeah, I don't know. Now somebody else, but you got to remember too, bro. You got to remember. You never know if it's a whole nother situation. You get what I'm saying? This could be a whole nother escapade you talking about.
Oh, yeah, that's true too. That's true
Yeah,
too.
because you talking some 2018 shit. I don't know. I don't know nothing about that. And it was like four women involved, so I don't really know what you're talking about with that. Because all this shit was like '08, 10 or something like that. So I don't know nothing about that. It could be a whole nother escapade.
That's true. Hey, what's your response to people feeling like? Well, I was thinking on the opposite side, saying maybe the feds would try to talk to you, try to ask if you're a victim, which you say you're not, and you say you ain't talked to them. But do you at all are in fear that they might be saying because they list you as a rival, and for what if they're saying
Hey,
one
yo,
guy was doing bad?
act. Listen,
Are you nervous they invest in you?
act. Listen to me. Big U has been classified as a Rolling 60 Crip since the mid '80s,
Mm,
right? I've been documented since 1989, right?
yeah.
Do you know what they put down when they see a Crip and a Blood?
No, no. Tell me.
Rivals.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right, that makes sense. But that doesn't alert you like, yo, let me make sure I cross my T's, dot my I's. I don't want them to try to, try to fuck with me, even if you're not doing nothing. Even if you're not doing
Bro, so what you saying, because Big U was on the phone telling somebody he want to break my jaw, I supposed to worry about that?
shit. You just don't want to. I mean, obviously, again, I'm a square, so anything with the
Come on,
feds
bro.
get a nigga spooked. So I don't know what's your demeanor to even you being in the paperwork. Like you're in the work,
No,
literally.
I'm not. No, I'm not.
I mean, you're well, I mean,
No,
you're
you're a
listed.
lie. You're a liar.
No, no,
No
your name.
indictment.
No, your name is mentioned in the
Okay.
indictment, right? Am I
Shaquille
saying it wrong?
O'Neal's name is too.
Say again.
Draymond Green name is too.
No, not no. I'm not saying that they aren't, but
So what that mean?
you're a
what
dude
what are
that
you
come from
saying?
it.
Huh?
You're a dude that come from. I'm just asking. Does that give you any cause to pause? Because this is what I would do. I'm done. If I was, I'll be
Hey,
done
bro,
talking about
listen to
anything
me,
open
bro.
case.
Listen. If you ask me, do you ever think Big U told somebody, fuck you? I'm gonna be like, of course. Probably every day.
Mm.
What's wrong with that?
Yeah. Okay.
Like, bro, what the fuck? That's a wiretap, bro. That's a wiretap. Now, what I didn't see was we need to get rid of Cuz. I'ma pay a nigga to kill him. I didn't see none of that. You seen that? I didn't see that.
No, I ain't see that. I ain't see that. I did not see that. I'll be honest.
Well, okay, I'm just saying, like, you niggas be. All I seen is he wanted to break my jaw. And he said I was begging for my life. That's all I saw.
Would you? I know it's really early in the case, but if Big U got a life sentence, would you celebrate?
What?
If he got a life sentence, would you be happy?
Hey, bro, didn't I just tell you I ain't never celebrated nobody going to jail? You ever seen me celebrate somebody going to jail?
No, no, I ain't seen
Have
it.
you ever seen me celebrate somebody going to jail?
Mm.
Yes or no?
No, I haven't seen it. I can't lie. I haven't seen it.
Okay.
But I
Let
ain't
me
gonna
tell
lie.
you.
It's the first time for everything. I'll be like, man, shit. Get a good little Tiger Woods. You know what I mean? Fist pump. Like, yes, get him out of here. That nigga was
I
trying to
ain't
run.
never, listen, I've never celebrated nobody going to jail. Ever.
Mm. All right. Hey, did you see the Ye interview?
That's what you're supposed to be in here for, but you in here talking about the weird shit.
Well, we gotta get to everything. We gonna get to everything.
Okay, well,
I
yeah,
ain't
go
got a
there.
time limit. Y'all could just let me know if Clubhouse got a time limit. I'm on stream
No,
about
we
it.
ain't got no problem. It's damn near 600 people in here, so we
Hey,
ain't
hey,
tripping.
My
hey,
mic is
Huh?
we got seventeen
So, Ak, let
thousand
me
on
ask you a question, Ak.
yeah. I'm streaming too, so we got 17,000
That's
watching
cool.
between two YouTube channels and Rumble.
Let me ask you a question, Ak.
What up? What up?
If a girl
Mm-hmm.
went and did a rape kit test and
Mm-hmm.
your pubic hairs or semen came back,
Mm-hmm.
is it true to say that it's possible that you maybe could have took advantage of her? Or would you say that was consensual sex because that's your girlfriend?
What do you mean, old girl?
The old girl, the one who came out with all the bullshit allegations.
Yeah.
The one that was in the backyard by the pool with your homies on the camera.
Uh, okay. What about her?
So let's say she went and did a rape kit test and it came back that your pubic hairs and semen was somewhere on her.
Uh-huh.
And she claims she got taken advantage of. But although she was in the backyard getting pounded out, jackhammered before she came in the room with you, and they pound her out, so there go where the swelling come from. And then by the time she get to you doing your normal thing, but yet you get off or whatever, and then she leaves
Yeah.
and
So,
goes does that shit and say it was you. Is
so,
it true to say that
so,
maybe you?
so my answer would be, listen, everything I do is consensual, and also gladly. There's a shit ton of
But she didn't
surveillance.
say that. She said you took it.
Yeah, yeah, but there's a shit ton of surveillance footage that the police looked at that said otherwise.
You don't got cameras in your bedroom.
It's pretty much everywhere in the house. I
They're
mean, they
not in
reviewed
your
it.
bedroom. They're in your hallway,
They reviewed
outside
everything.
hallway, downstairs. They're not in your physical bedroom, man. We read the work.
Yeah, it's not in the bedroom
So
at that time.
there
Yeah,
no, you don't have cameras in the bedroom.
at that time.
So
Now I do. Now I do.
yeah, but at that time you didn't. We read the work. So
Mhm.
so if she went and told the people that, right? Can we say, Whack, maybe you did? Well, Whack, what about
No,
the
no, no,
people
no.
in the backyard that we got on
That's wait, wait.
camera?
Hold on, no. Whack, whack. That's a reasonable discussion. I'm not. I'm not. Again, I'm not down to dismiss reasonable discussions. Okay. What I
So
could only
why'd you
tell
choke
you
her? Is that part of y'all regular sex? Or did
that
you
never happened.
find out?
That never
Huh?
happened. That never happened.
You never choked her.
No,
Ever.
no.
That's why your bitches keep leaving you, Act. You don't know how to choke 'em.
That never happened. So, I mean, um, like I look at, like, for example, even that situation. Obviously, yeah, the person is suing trying to get some money. I get it, but the reality of it, which I stand on it all the way. Listen, the police looked at everything, and they came up. You know what I mean? By the way, that got grand juried. The people who looked at it in a sense of should there be charges? There's no charges to be given. You know what I mean? And again, thank God for surveillance cameras. And also the text messages prove, like, nigga, if anything, I was the one
Like, you know
more
the
shocked than
crazy part
anybody else.
about this shit? I'm not
But
on no
here's the thing though.
surveillance.
Here's the thing.
Listen.
Yeah, here's the thing.
I,
And I think I know why you brought it up.
mm-hmm.
I'm not. I understand. that people are gonna have discussions, and whenever they read whatever, just like how we read the paperwork where you're mentioning there, they might have a reasonable inference where they're asking a question like, "Well, could this have happened?" That's completely fine. I have no problem if people are having reasonable
Yo, act.
discussions.
Yo, act.
Yeah,
Am I on anybody's
and
surveillance?
also here's the thing. And also here's the thing. I told people I would want to break down my own situation every day. Except here's the thing. I pay the best lawyers in the world, and I'm not gonna come on here and lose cannon myself. I just can't. You know. So, but do I want to? And as soon as it's over with, I'm gonna talk about it every day. I can't wait.
Bro, listen to me. Here go the crazy part. Um, and this is where Hassan fucked himself up. You
What happened?
remember when he let the recordings go, right? And then he
The video.
came back. He came back and he said, and I'm gonna let you know something else, Big U. I've been on the phone two, three times on mute on the three-way, and Wack didn't tell you. You remember that? That's what he said, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah. I remember that.
This is why he made himself look stupid. The world didn't know that for the 18 months, me and that nigga was beefing, wasn't even talking. So when he said that, he showed his hand that he was lying.
Yeah, yeah,
Cause
but
me and him knows we ain't been on no phone. The world didn't know it.
yeah, yeah, but Hassan's stuff is like separate. Hassan
No, no,
really.
it ain't because his shit
No, no,
triggered the
because he
Nipsey
he
shit.
he interjected himself in something thinking that
But
he could prove that you were a snake, and essentially all you said, which I agree with you wholeheartedly, I told you something in privacy. You secretly recorded our conversation. Now it's public. Now I'm not gonna just completely backtrack and call myself a liar to spare others. I'm gonna say there was a private conversation. Wouldn't came out if it wasn't for Hassan. And if you guys are thinking I'm a liar, because that's what a lot of the talk was, I'm here to tell you everything I said was the truth. If anyone could prove me otherwise, let's do it. But it's the
what
truth.
Vlad tell
And
you? What Vlad tell you, Act?
hold on, no, I agree that it exists. No, no, complete. No, I'm not blaming you for it coming out. I think the only way I'm bringing up that topic is that when you mention it, some people might feel like it is something being held over the family or over the woman or even over the estate of Nipsey Hussle. That's it.
That
Yeah,
ain't got
yes, okay, cool. Like I'm with
what
you.
one
I think
got
this
to
shit
do with the
exists.
other, bro. If dude got it, his property
Because
on his
if it gets
phone.
released, like put like this, prior to you doubling down on I didn't lie about the tape, we've never heard a threat of this thing coming out or hey, do you want me to get out the way that it comes out? We've never heard about some tape like this coming out. So when you then you and I know you said we keep putting you into stuff, pause, but I think you're also interjecting yourself into stuff because you interjected yourself in the middle of that. Like we
No, I
only hear
didn't.
about it.
No,
Well,
I
you're
didn't.
telling us that without you, the tape comes out. So you're automatically tied to the tape.
Hey, bro. When we get off this phone, I'm gonna call one of my
Oh,
homeboys.
I thought you
He a
said you
lot.
were gonna send it to me. I'm like, hell no.
No, listen to me. He was in my back house when Big U drove an hour to come to my home and sat in my game room.
Yeah.
And him and my homeboy did time together, right? So this why they knew each other. And he sat there and heard Big U say, "Oh, girl ain't cooperating. You need to let that shit come out." Nah, bro, I'm not doing that. I can manage your other baby mama. Nah, that ain't cool. Well, you need to help me attack the estate with these contracts. I'm not fucking with that. You should have dealt with that when he was alive. See, our shit really started. I'm gonna be real. When I denied him that day in my home, that's when the him and Suge Knight pop started.
What do you mean you
So
denied? Like,
I
explain,
denied. I
explain
wouldn't.
it.
I wouldn't go along with his plan. He like, bro, tell dude let them. I'm not doing that, bro. I'm not fucking with
Wait,
that.
wait. So Big U wanted the tapes of Nipsey Hussle supposedly
On
French
this
kissing a
same
woman
day, on
or
this
French kiss.
same
Yeah.
day, it was three things on the table.
Okay.
Two I knew about, one I didn't. A, he wanted me to tell dude to release the tapes so he can take the other baby mama in the tapes and manage her. He thought he could blow her up from him. Number two was the contracts, which I put up. Y'all seen all the texts. He wanted me to attack this state, make it look like I brought him out of the contracts, and then I'm going at the estate to go get the 30%. You get what I'm saying?
So he wanted you to do the dirty work.
I wasn't gonna do that because I felt Nip was just here alive, and you telling people this your brother, and that's taken away from his wife and kids. I wasn't fucking with that. The third thing that was put on the table that I was oblivious to is him saying Nipsey was a rat. Right?
Wait. He said Nipsey's a rat?
This
How's
a
Nipsey a
fact.
rat?
A fact. This ain't nothing
So
new.
wait,
Everybody
Big
know the
U
story.
says Nipsey is a rat. How did
This
Nipsey
a
rat?
fact. He said that whatever went on, some dude named Domer, some went on, somebody fucked somebody baby mama, somebody pull up for a squabble, some squabbling shit went on, boom, boom, boom. Police get there, and he got the recording that said Nipsey said, telling the police, if anything ever happened to me, Domer did it. Right?
Mm,
So this the first time I've ever heard of that shit. Right? So when I said it, a bunch of 6 say, Wack, we know you ain't lying, homie. You wouldn't know nothing about that. Right? So at the end of the day, bro, if I would have went along with what he wanted me to do,
hmm
the issue probably would have never happened in my office at E1. But because I told him I wasn't fucking with none of that, I think that's what triggered the him and Suge Knight plot.
mm.
Because from that day forward, probably about a month and a half later, is when the shit happened with E1, where they tried to backdoor me. But I wasn't fucking with that. I've always had that stance. You gotta remember, me and Nip ain't had no problems, bro. When he died, me and Nip was cool. So if I'm looking at you
And,
get this nigga awards, you giving
and
this nigga awards, and you,
Black Sam don't got a problem with you, right?
I ain't never talked to Black Sam. I don't know what Black Sam got. Right?
Mm.
He could have, he couldn't be. Right? We both men. Right? So, but I know what Black Sam knows. Black Sam knows where a lot of this shit come from. Right? So, you know, my whole thing is, I'm just not gonna do it because you want me to do it.
Yeah.
No. Nigga, you just gave this nigga awards. You standing with this nigga. You nigga put the album out, you in the studio. Why didn't you have this conversation about these numbers when he was alive? You not finna have me, um, oh, whack, nigga, nigga, do you know what that shit would look like in the blogs?
Yeah.
Whack
No.
100
No, definitely.
attacks. And at this point in time, I'm doing it to his kids and wife. That shit ain't cool. I'm looking at this nigga like, bro, that ain't cool, bro. Like, I'm not fucking with that.
That's when you and Big U officially fell out, then, right?
Well, to me, it wasn't a fallout because act. I feel like as a man, I got the right to do and not do the things I don't want to do.
Mm. Yeah, but it turned into a little bit slanderous, right? Like,
You know,
felt like
it turned into him trying to backdoor me.
mm.
You know what I'm saying? And
But backdoor you for the contract, not like backdoor you to get you hurt.
it wasn't a contract. It wasn't a contract, bro. That's how he's spitting y'all. Every contract, it may be for 3 albums, 2 albums, 5 albums, whatever, right?
Yeah.
After it, the company has the option to re-up with you or not. Suge Knight with his dumbass telling them, I got a relationship with the president. Go out there. I'm gonna call, get you a meeting. I'm gonna get on your phone and tell him, well, whack contract is up. Instead of re-upping with him, re-up with you. Which don't make no sense, but a lot of you niggas don't understand. Suge Knight does not understand the music business of today. He's never dropped an album in the digital world. Ever.
Mm.
But y'all just hear Suge Knight, Death Row, the company was bankrupt in '04. You get what I'm saying? He
Yeah.
doesn't understand it. Big U don't understand it. Big U has never himself had a deal to where he's in it and he's working it. Nip was always in control of his shit. You get what I'm saying? So, but Big U always idolized Suge. So if Suge saying it's what it is, that's just what it is. Right? I seen the clip where he said, "I watched my brother Suge lose $1 billion." Now let's do the math. If Death Row was broke by 0405, right?
Uh-huh.
That means the decline got to start about 01, 02, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Big U don't parole till 04, so how you watched him lose $1 billion? By the time you come home, nigga was over with. But
Hmm.
see, y'all don't know these math because y'all wasn't around yourself. You just hear it, see some pictures, and that's what it is. You get what I'm
Mm,
saying? It's a lot of shit I could talk about. My man, Warren G, right? It's shit he could talk about. I don't know if he did, right? Do you know how Warren G met Suge Knight when he went to sign with him? It was a nigga beating the fuck out of Suge in a parking lot. Warren G and his homies had to help him. This a fact.
mm.
So it's a lot of shit that I know I can talk about. This is why when I start shooting at Suge, you notice how he leave me the fuck alone?
Yeah, but he's also incarcerated too, though. So
No, no,
like,
no, he ain't. That nigga's on a podcast every day, nigga. Bullshit. He just got through trying to send Snoop to jail last week.
you think he was trying to send Snoop to jail?
You didn't hear it?
Yeah. What did he say? What did he say?
Man, that nigga had that dude on there said, tell the truth. Snoop the one really killed that man. It wasn't you. Like the fuck are we talking about?
Holy shit.
See,
What?
Act, I'm starting to think your team that used to be around you,
What?
because this is shit that you would talk about because he's verbally saying it. I'm going to send it to
Yeah.
you.
Here's the thing. The
I'm going
thing
to
with
send it to you right now so you have it.
Sugar said 50 different things, right? So like,
Nah, let me show you how real this is, right?
do you think Sugar's behind the war right now? You think everything he's saying it should be taken at face value?
Nah, Suge do a lot of lying, right? But Act, I'm finna fuck you up just so you see. Now, I'm sharing this with you, Act, because you my brother. Because I be telling you shit, right? Now,
You send it to me?
Act, here's a clip, because this would be great for you to run on your content, compliments of the 100 side.
Uh-huh.
Now, here goes the exclusive shit I'm about to send you.
What? Suge Knight revealed shocking information on Snoop Dogg's murder case.
Okay, now that's cool, but don't read the rest of what I just sent you. You're looking at me corresponding with somebody, right?
Yeah.
You see his response, right?
Yeah.
You understand what I'm telling you right now? Act. I'm going to be real. I am the only one like me left from that era. This is why some of those dudes can't stand in a box with me.
You're too smart.
Big U, respectfully, has zero, zero credentials in history of doing any business in that era. This is a fact. Reggie Wright will tell you all he know of Big U is when niggas went and paid for an attorney when he beat his son after death to get him out of jail when he first got out. That's it. He don't know nothing else about him.
Hmm. Hey, Wack, not to switch subjects real quick, but yo, did you see the so there's this journalist, he's out of Atlanta, well reputed journalist. His name is George Cheedy. Like he was the person who was very accurate on predicting that YSL was going to get indicted in the RICO. He's an Atlanta journalist, certified. He's really good. He's came out and he said that the Atlanta Public Defenders Council, like the office, they're basically their specialized unit for Georgia's public defender's office. The one so the unit that specializes on gang cases says
Mm-hmm.
the office is actively preparing for a racketeering indictment on the 4PF and OMF case. Now I don't know what OMF is, and that he expects little baby to be indicted, among others. Again, this is coming out, and I want to be clear because some people they're gonna think that me and baby we don't got nothing
I
going
don't,
on.
I don't know nothing about it. Um, again, I learned before PF was through music. I later on learned that it's a bunch of people that represent it. Um, I think Lil Baby being fresh in the game, and I'm gonna tell all you rappers, bro. Listen, man. When you sign your name on that contract, erase your name from the streets.
I think he's been trying to do that.
No, no,
He
no,
doesn't
no. You're
claim
not
for
missing.
PF
You're missing
anymore.
what I'm saying. Act.
Okay, okay, go ahead.
When you sign that name on your contract, erase your name from the streets. Because what happens is people get these contracts, and then I'm gonna keep it real with my people. But keeping it real with your people is working against yourself because you can say, all right, as kids, we've been 4 p.m. Nigga, we sold cool cups, we sold bottles of water, we did, we rode mini bikes together. We 4 p.m. and now we got a multi-million-dollar deal. Damn, we own, right? That's what
Mm.
he's thinking. But then now you got that portion of the crew that's still doing a bunch of miscellaneous shit, right? You really think you're bettering your team, but there's no way when it comes to the streets, the whole team is gonna be selling in the same direction. If all ships ain't selling in the same direction, bro, it's gonna be fucked up. So now here it is, little baby, being the humble dude he is. He helps families out. This nigga give people jobs, all kind of shit. We can respectfully say you don't see him caught up in a bunch of back and forth dish shit, crazy shit. He avoids that shit. Let's keep it real. Anytime you hear something happening,
Well, I'll say now. I think early on people were hearing certain stuff with it,
they
but
wasn't
it's been
he
it's been a
bro,
while. It's
bro,
been a while.
listen, bro, we ain't hear little baby caught up in shit. But again, if it's 15 of y'all in the studio traveling, doing music, shooting videos, you done brought cameras, but you got a whole neighborhood over there screaming the same shit. Whatever they do on the block, they saying you empowering it. So when you sign your name on the contract, you gotta erase yours from the street, bro. You have to.
When I think about the whole thing with like baby, like I feel like baby been on like a Dirk mission recently. Like you know what I mean he been doing Architect Digest. Like he been trying to give us every single reason to appear or kind of look like yo. He don't look like he's close with any of
Because that was
that
never
stuff.
his intentions. Now act, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
How many people from my neighborhood you think got a 100 ENT medallion?
I don't know how many.
None.
Okay.
You know the only people get those?
Who?
The artists.
Okay. So that's very separate from your neighborhood.
Totally separate, bro. Cause all it take is a group, and not to say my people gonna do some shit. When they go do some shit, and now they incorporate that in you know what I'm saying? So now this nigga over here and did some crazy shit. I don't know. They gonna say I'm empowering it.
Yeah. So let me ask you a theoretical question. Like, say, like Blueface, right? Blueface is from what they say schoolyard, right?
Huh?
If Blueface, when you had signed them, said, "Yo, I want to create this label called Schoolyard,"
I wouldn't let him do it.
you would let him do it.
Nope. You know what Blueface's homeboys wear around their neck?
What?
Blueface. That's it.
Oh.
I wouldn't. Like nah, nephew. They wear Blueface. His stage name. That's what they wear around their neck.
So you're cognizant of that, and like I always thought about, and maybe I thought like L.A. was impervious to like even RICO cases.
Wall Street.
Ooh, okay.
It was called Black Wall Street. It was called Blood Money. It was called. You had two, three different ones. And when you look, let me tell you what's unique about game setup. You ready for this? Game security to start off is all Crips. So what did you just debunk off the top?
His rivals are Crips.
His security is Crips. You're not gonna say this is some type of criminal empire.
Mm.
His security is Crips. You get what I'm saying? Right? Outside of that, everybody else in Game's crew is pretty much normal people.
Mm.
You get what I'm saying? So nah, you can't do it. And all the artists, I know y'all want to keep it real, but keeping it real is gonna go wrong, bro. I'm telling you, it's gonna go wrong.
Yeah, I don't know if this is like a winning strategy though for Fulton County. I mean, pretty much they indicted YFN, YSL, and they really got no substantial convictions. Everybody got out on plea deals and just they gave everybody probation basically. For them to not learn anything and come back again and now want to possibly indict 4PF sounds like some kind of
I
like
don't know.
you still ain't learned.
First I heard from, all I know is this: I went on tour with Lil Baby, 2019. Lil Baby, 42 Doug, Blueface, Marlo, and Young Miami, right? Young Miami. And Lil Baby, his whole team was humble. I never seen no bullshit. Like nothing. Like my whole interaction with him has always been like nephew about his business. But again, you know, if you're trying to like better your neighborhood, better where you come from, there's always some niggas that's gonna do some dumb shit. You get what I'm saying? They gonna do some dumb shit, bro. And then they gonna start calling it that. So I hope what you saying ain't happening.
Yeah, this is all being sourced from his name is George Cheedy. Like he did substantial amount of interviews about the YSL case, and also he also predicted that basically some of the Dirk stuff, like the feds was looking at Dirk because the state had Dirk in a case, and they basically just all of a sudden said, you know what, we're not gonna go prosecute this, and he felt like the feds was already taking interest in Dirk, and I mean
I,
he was
I
right.
said the same shit when they dropped that gun case on Dirk and him and Bond had together.
Yeah, yeah, that's specifically what they were talking about.
I said it. I said they just not go just because your Cody get killed. Okay, this dude with um Sauce Walker and his artist, right? They just killed one of them niggas in Houston today, right?
By the way, that's crazy, ain't it?
No, that's just how it go, right?
No. If you remember, they kept saying the Sauce Walker thing was some Memphis
We're
situation
not
that got
doing
to do with
none of
Say So
that. We
P.
ain't doing none of that. Listen, bro, Houston a big old place. See, act,
No, no, no,
you
no, no.
talking
You
that
don't get
shit,
what I mean.
and
You don't
you
get what I mean.
motherfuckers do that punk shit. Cause what you finna try to do is insinuate something, bro.
Well,
It ain't Saul's fault that this nigga went down to Houston, my nigga. Like
no, no,
Houston
no,
a big place.
no. I'm not blaming Sauce at all. What I'm saying is that it's ironic that people said that that murder of Say So P was some Memphis shit. And then all of a sudden, this guy who his face gets shown in the media that he was in the car and he pretty much kills Say P, he goes to the hometown of the other nigga who was also in it, which is Houston. Like, if I'm thinking it's Memphis niggas, I'm like, why the fuck would you go to Houston if the other guy that got shot
Because
from
it's the perfect place to hide out. Hide where they don't
Houston?
expect you to be.
A
I'm
lot
Houston
of
is
just
niggas
safe
saying.
from
now.
Memphis moved to Houston too. Memphis moved to Houston and Dallas.
Wait,
Yeah.
would you wait, repeat that? I don't know who said that. You said a lot of people from Memphis are going to Houston and Dallas. Is that?
Yeah, a lot of people from Memphis and Chicago moved to Houston and Dallas, bro. It's a lot of Chicago niggas in Memphis
Yeah,
and
so he
niggas
probably,
in Dallas and Houston.
end of the day, I'm gonna
So
be
you thought he was
real.
running? He was on a run down there type shit.
He was on the run. They showed his face.
Mm.
They showed his whole face, right? So, at the end of the day, shit gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to Sauce. And I don't know what happened on the other end. They say some money was taken or whatever. It is what it is. I'm just telling these artists, you come in the game, bro. You from motherfucking uh, Mountain Tennessee. Nigga, don't come out with the Mountain Tennessee Entertainment. Nah, nigga. Call that
Oh,
shit something. Name
hey,
that shit after your grandmama, nigga.
hey, by the way, and again, I think you're right. A lot of this probably is like really maybe removed from Baby, but he's the sexy, attractive name in this. Like George Cheetah,
Yeah,
I
he the
clicked on.
one made 4PF worldwide. And
Yeah,
we know it as a record company.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know
So
what I'm saying?
I, I clicked on this journalist page, and he says, I guess there's other bullshit happening. Probably, these guys probably don't even know. Baby, it says it appears that a murder victim is Keontae Davis. He was a defendant in another murder case involving 4PF gang members, right?
Yeah, he
Then they
was the
go down.
rat.
They said the Department of Justice indicted 8 members of Goodfella gang a couple weeks ago and have received an order to seal some documents in a case because Goodfellas are expected to be murder snitches. What the hell? Similar, the death of Davis may be a reprisal for cooperating in the plea deal of the Wilson murder. And this part you guys don't understand. It says the pace of murder and retaliation is accelerating, which is why, and this is the journalist saying it, which is why I would be unsurprised if Fonnie Willis pulls the trigger on a RICO for the Goodfellas defendants and 4PF sooner than later. What isn't clear is whether Lil Baby himself will be wrapped up in it, never mind other marquee rappers. What the hell? Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. It's definitely a bad deal to kind of claim anything that street niggas are doing some totally separate shit. You fucked the niggas baby moms. He go kill a nigga. Now they gonna say he did it for the gang. You know what I mean? Kind of spooky, man.
But these niggas is goofy. Now they talking about loose cannons.
Seen that?
Internet is goofy as fuck. Let me tell you something, bro. Whenever you on a collect call and that motherfucker say global,
Stop talking to him because everything isn't content. For these guys, they shouldn't be talking. I don't care if you had a media personality or like an influencer, type of thing when you were free. But right now, you know what I mean? Again, you asked me about some shit like shit. I want to say a lot, but why pay a lawyer? Like, why pay a lawyer if you're just gonna go on there and emotionally just say shit that sometimes fucking you jammed up? It just might just be volunteering too much shit.
I mean, at the end of the day, he gonna do what he wanna do. That's what I keep trying to tell y'all. Loose ain't nobody's little homie. You get what I'm saying?
What is that? Isn't he like big you along me?
He ain't
Respectfully.
nobody's little homie, bro. You got some dudes to where, um, some niggas will give you that respect that you older than them, come from another generation of them. But you not finna run them. You ain't finna tell them what to do. It ain't gonna happen. Straight up.
Mm.
It's not gonna happen. He ain't nobody little homie, so he gonna run his own program. All I can do is suggest something. That's why I'm like, bro, who the fuck y'all? You niggas ain't finna assign me a job, nigga, that I didn't sign up for. You
Mm.
responsible for 6ix9ine?
I am definitely not.
Can you control him?
I wish I could. I can't.
No, but okay. So if you know that about him, what makes you think a nigga can control loose cannon?
No, you know what it is. I think people be looking for you to just look out for him. Like if he says some shit, you be like, "Nah, bro, we're not about to talk about that." Like I think sometimes when they feel like
Bro.
you're sitting
Hey,
next to him,
bro.
and they feel they're giving you credit by saying you're smart enough to know that he's saying some shit he shouldn't say. And when they feel like you know that, but you're not telling him, you're not changing the subject,
So
or you're
academics, let
walking.
me ask you a question.
Uh huh.
This is where I think all y'all are slow in the brain.
Mm-hmm.
If he already said it, what the fuck you want me to do about it? I don't know what a nigga gonna say. If I ask you, so what's your if Adam asks him, what's your relationship with Big U or why did y'all fall out? You think I know what he about to say?
No.
He said it. So you want me to do what? What you want me to do?
I don't know. I think people kind of look at it like certain things you wouldn't even talk about or tap into when you know your man. It's like you know that one homeboy that every time he around either women or he around certain people, he can't keep his mouth shut. So you either don't bring that person around, or when you bring that person around, you keep the conversation very short, and you make sure you control the flow of the conversation. That this person isn't giving
Hey
up
bro, y'all
information.
asking too much of me, bro.
That might be that too.
You asking way too much of whack, bro.
That might
Look,
be that.
let me tell you something about this hunter side over here, bro. And pay attention. You see this floor? I don't have to be here for it to run. I don't have to be here for content to get dropped, for scheduling to happen, for the floor to be protected. You know why? Everybody know what to do. You get what I'm saying, Act?
Yeah.
Everybody know what to do, and that's what I'm used to. Since a pup, when I go back to track and field or pop Warner football, or even my little crew on the block, when we was some little dusty ass niggas with the clubhouse I built in the backyard. You get what I'm saying? Everybody knew what to do. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right? So, hey, look, bro, you got the orange tree at home, so make sure you pick some oranges. And you got the apples and grapes, so y'all bring them to the clubhouse, put them on the shelf. You make sure you sweep the carpet. I'm gonna make sure, nigga. I'm gonna go make sure we got the peanut butter and jelly. I got the extra bread. Don't worry about that. Like everybody knew what to do. We had one nigga. He was an expert at fixing bikes. So when we get to the backyard, it was his job to go through our bikes, make sure it wasn't. Everybody know what to do. We had 3 out of the 8 of us that were straight fighters. Niggas could fight. Anytime somebody wanted to come fight, them was the 3 niggas fight. You get what I'm saying?
Mm.
I'm used to everybody knowing what to do. On the football field, the line know how to block. The quarterback know what to do. I'm a running back. Everybody knows what to do. When I come sit down with you, bro, at your studio, keep it real, act. You don't have to babysit me. Turn the camera on, nigga. We up.
Yeah, I keep saying you're a one of one when it comes to street dudes because I'm gonna be honest with you. I've never heard you say, "Yo, Act, let me tell you about this one crime I did." I've never heard it.
Bro, I don't.
Hold on. The problem with a lot of podcasters, like even like say Brick Baby, I think Brick Baby naturally isn't an entertainment person, and where he first found his like niche was, I'm gonna tell you something that's going on in the streets that is going to be interesting to y'all that y'all want to watch me. When a lot of podcasters, that's the only thing that gets them the like Whack, you could sit here and roast somebody and people laugh. You could sit here like you could talk about anything. You could talk about R&B for 2 hours and keep an audience, right? A lot of these dudes they can't do anything to entertain an audience but really give a real insight into what's going on in the street and their former crimes or former lives, and that kind of gets them jammed up. I see it all the time in podcasting. That's why you see a lot of street dudes go in there and then they try to basically just sell their stories. I mean, that happened in Chicago too a bit, but a lot of the Chicago dudes that didn't get jammed up is talking about stuff from like when drill just started, like 2012. They're like, oh, this is what it was like then. You know what I mean? A lot of those people are dead or they're incarcerated. This new wave is like these niggas is talking about shit that happened last week. Like they're talking about like things that have no statute of limitations. I don't know, but I've never seen you do that.
I may talk about a nigga that got kicked in the ass or some shit like that, but you're not finna hear me talk about, you know, no crazy shit. That ain't gonna happen. It's not
Yeah,
gonna happen. I
no,
done
of
seen a
course.
lot of shit. I done seen some shit that it ain't even worth talking about because you niggas won't believe it. You
Mm,
get what I'm saying?
yeah,
I done seen some shit. It's people in my life that are part of history. that you hear songs about, that they're really here. You get what I'm saying? Like really here. You got to remember, like our first generation of this shit is in the '70s.
Mm,
Follow what I'm saying? Like, I could really like let you talk to some motherfuckers that really tell you where this shit come from. You know what I'm
mm.
saying? So it's like, um, those people that I mean, these niggas will shoot a nigga at 2 o'clock. Nigga, they dropping a song 3:30. I done been with you, act niggas sending you shit. Yo, we just spun the block on them niggas. Remember them niggas last week? Put this up. You like, yo, bro, do you understand? That it shows everything. I don't give a fuck, and I watched you not put it up. That's why I be defending you when niggas be like, act be this, act be that, bro. Act the same shit. Now I'm glad I'm thinking. You know, you came here and said, Wack, they be saying you always got all the shit.
Yeah.
Act. They said the same shit about you. Am I right or wrong?
Oh no, of course.
How did you get it, Act? I
Oh no, no.
see.
Hey, listen, bro, we just know how to read and write and use our
No,
brains,
no,
man.
no. How do you get a lot
Oh
of
no, no, hold
shit?
on, no, no,
They
and then,
just sent it to you.
no. Some of it is like they'll tell me themselves. No, half of the Chicago stuff, niggas was just telling me themselves. But like, if like when people talk about paperwork, like people think getting paperwork is the police. No, it's just learning how to being able to read and write. But a lot of times the street stuff, like niggas really they don't like doing something without people knowing they did it. So like, I remember there was one time a shooting, and it was a shooting at Rolling Loud. Okay, this was back. I think Young Boy. It
I
was some
remember
of the
that
Young
you
Boy era.
talking Miami, right?
Yeah, and
Yeah,
what
you
happened was,
talking the Ritz.
yeah,
Yeah.
the other rapper, I won't ever mention the name. He hit me and he said that was us, and I was flabbergasted because I'm like, I don't know. Wait, should I put this in the story, or you're just trying to let me know that you like that? And I mean, obviously, I didn't put it in the story, but I always wondered why tell me that because to this day it's never been reported. That person is, I don't know if it's connected. I don't know if people have connected to it later, but no one has reported it. But that person volunteered information. So yeah, we did that shit.
Act, listen, it's a whole lot of shit that come to me that I ignore. You know, even about what's been going on. You know what I'm saying? Like the producer, I talked to him in the paperwork. You know what I'm saying? And I said it's a lot of questions about what's being said in this paperwork. You get what I'm saying? And
Hmm.
he went over everything with me. Everything.
Hey, oh, by the way, oh, this is about to get messy. So there's someone who claims they're a court reporter. I'm not too sure who they are, so I don't want to disrespect them. But their name is Infamous Sylvia on Twitter. They said they're a lifestyle YouTuber and a court vlogger. Okay, apparently they did a good job doing covering the YSL trial. They said that someone is on a stand for a current case against these Goodfella guys, and they're saying we're listening. I guess they're in court. They said investigator Viverito is on the stand. It says we're listening to wiretap calls, and someone mentioned that little baby had tickets on people's heads. Now these wiretaps is going to get people jammed up, man. Because again,
Yeah,
this
but just
probably
cause let me be real.
it probably got nothing to do with him, right?
Just cause a nigga saying something, bro. You know how many niggas call me and then said something? I'm like, bro, where you get that from? Well, I'm just saying. You gotta remember, some of these niggas got fifth grade educations. Them
What?
niggas will say anything on the phone. Unless you got little baby on that phone with that shit, or them same people is contacting little baby, or they saying little baby gave me the money and we did this, bro. It ain't like niggas say all kind of shit.
Wait. Let me ask you this question: has somebody ever called your phone and just by the nature of what they're saying, you either hang up or you be like, "Bro, stop talking on my phone like this,"
That's a fact.
because because like it still boggles my mind that like wiretaps are so effective.
Boom. Bro, I'm sitting way in Europe somewhere, bro.
Mm.
Literally. So how many motherfuckers you think he already got on the phone and called and told that shit? I'm like, bro, I'm in Europe. He called on nigga on the other line. Hold on. Click up. Hey, homie, what up? Nigga, I got whack on the phone. He way in Europe. You know what the nigga said?
Yeah.
I didn't tell you that to go say nothing to him. Bro, it be a lot of bullshit said on
Hey,
them lines, bro.
hey, Whack. Listen, I haven't gotten full confirmation on this, but damn, breaking news. What the fuck?
Huh?
They're reporting. They're saying that Memphis Police Department has identified the second suspect in the killing of Sayso P. Um, they're basically saying he was found dead too. So both suspects are dead. What the fuck?
Yo, you know what that mean, right?
Tell me. It,
That mean them niggas
that,
was just a gunman. Whoever paid them, got rid of them.
you think so?
That's a fact.
No way.
Okay. How did listen? What did
I
them
think
niggas
niggas
do?
start
Listen,
spinning. I
listen.
think whoever
What
say
them
so
niggas
P's
do? Hey,
people.
hey, listen, hey,
Uh,
listen. How did what you call it just get arrested? Yellow
who?
Beezy.
The gunman is telling on him. I ain't gonna lie. Your shooter is
There you
gonna tell.
go. There you go.
The 2025 shooter is going to tell. And then Yellow Beezy was supposedly gonna pay that nigga 40 bands. I'm like, how much you gotta pay a nigga not to tell? I guess ain't no price on freedom, but still.
Hey, listen. For the one to come up knocked down and the other one to come
I
up
don't know.
knocked down, a nigga cleaning his backyard. That's a fact. That's a
Uh,
fact. Bro, come on, hey, act. How many mafia movies have we not seen this in, bro? Look, Godfather Part 2, Celebration in the House, Reno, Nevada,
yeah.
right? Mikey's in the house, in the room. They shoot the room up. He grab his wife and kids on the floor, right? Gunman on the move. They let the dogs, everything go. What Mikey say? If my hunter's right, when you find the gunman, they gonna be dead. When they found him, was they dead?
Yeah.
Because they know if they find him alive, they gonna torture him in hell. So if you telling me both gunmen, right?
Well, I haven't gotten full confirmation that the
Well, the other
second
one is dead.
Jaden Dandridge, the one that hopped out of the car without a mask and walked right into the stove, he dead.
He
Like
dead.
they got him out of here quick. It's like they knew this nigga was gonna get found. Either that or people seen his picture on his news and niggas start spinning. Never know. But but but
Now,
but, but
the only nigga left right now is the driver. And let me tell you what's so scared about being a driver, right? Hopefully, the driver was contracted by the two gunmen. Because if the driver was contracted by the two gunmen, then the nigga that contracted them don't know who he is.
mm,
You get what I'm saying? If not, that nigga on the run, he ain't running from the police. He run, he running from the bookie man. Now, this what we gonna do though, bro. Cause enough with us. We saw you clam up, lock up on this Kanye interview, Act.
no, I didn't.
I'm gonna turn
Stop
my,
lying.
I'm gonna turn it over to the floor.
Stop lying. I definitely
No,
did not.
this is Frack. Uh, who finna run lead on the question on the Q&A in here? Where we got AB in here, Tink, and who in here?
Hey,
No.
why you figure that out?
What?
What were your thoughts on? I think most of my thoughts are caught in the video. What were your thoughts on him wearing that outfit, him wearing the chain,
My
him
thoughts.
wearing?
Okay.
Yeah,
I feel now you know I know Ye a little bit. I didn't travel with him, kicked it with him. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So I get him. My thoughts is I believe Ye, for one, is using who he is in this platform, right, to shed light on, hey, you make money off our pain music, our misery, right? So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna turn what you guys represent, and I'm gonna make money off your pain and your misery. The slick part about what he's doing is the Jewish community can say, hey, I find that offensive, but then he's gonna say, hey, me as a black man, more of my people died than yours. This is his play.
Okay.
Right.
Again, before they hit me with questions, so some people, and I thought to myself, if Kanye shows up in a black KKK outfit, should I do the interview, or is that me as a black man just bow that's just anti-black to do
No,
that?
yeah. Why did you do it? You told me I should have interviewed Loose. Why did you do it? You see what I'm saying? It's content, bro. You can't. The act. I'm not. I think you should have did the interview, right? But I'm saying is, you understand, bro?
Yeah,
What a
yeah, but
person.
one's not gonna put someone in jail though. Like that interview for that.
Hey, bro. Hey, let me tell you something, bro. I'm gonna be real. Like, listen, bro. Um, on some real shit, to the Jewish community as well as to the black community and other communities that have been affected by what that symbol or that uniform represented, right? It was highly offensive, right? The majority of people are gonna feel some kind of way, and that's their right. Now I understand the political stance that he's taking because I understand him as a man, right? I get him. We build together, we talk together, right? So I know what he's trying to do. It's an uphill struggle,
But
right?
would you have told him, "Yo, Kanye, go change, nigga"?
No, I wouldn't have told him that because I understand